Good morning, folks. Quick FYI, the radiation storm has officially ended. It was only a level 1 storm, but readings showed some strong energetic particle flux. This will take a while to completely disappear. This is Europa. The color differential is due to charged particle impact caused by Jupiter's magnetic field, which rotates faster than Europa orbits in the same direction, so oddly the trailing half of the moon collides with more matter. Good article linked with it below. No major weather warnings for New Zealand or Australia, precipitation and a small thunderstorm at best. Europe getting a break from large-scale severe weather, but wind and cold are sticking around for the after-party. The south and eastern states getting a break today as high pressure will regulate some decent forecasts. Meanwhile, that low that just crested the coastline is holding north of the border. Here's a look at the movement in visible and infrared. Checking beneath our feet. First off, this is the second polar quake in a week, and I don't mean the Arctic Circle shaking called out at this channel for 2 years. I mean like North Pole, North Pole. Canary Islands going the other way, this time without major swarming or significant magnitude. We have a growing lava dome, avalanches, and minor eruptions in Mexico. And then the top quake, a 6.0, struck Japan that is going to be discussed for two reasons today. First, it occurred during another M flare, an M3.3, which will fuel causation speculation across the net. I wouldn't get excited, this is way rare, but it is not like we haven't seen that before. Second reason for discussion is that this is the second 6-pointer later downgraded by the USGS in 3 days, when the rest of the world agrees it's 6.0, and they've still got the red bar across the quake indicating it registered as significant despite their downgraded magnitude given here. The rest of the agencies across the planet still show 6.0. Well, let's have a look at that flare. Somewhat lackluster compared to the M6 we had 2 days ago. This did not even produce a large CME. Looking at the solar wind, we see a definitive leveling off in yellow, the solar wind speed. Confirming this with SOHO's solar wind readings, we noticed that highly variable metrics leveled off and became relatively stable. This is the opposite of what disturbs the magnetosphere. No plasma penetrating, just calm conditions, except for the induction magnetometer. This is so responsive to the solar wind that when random readings turned into a finely maintained stream, it acted like a bow on violin strings and was able to produce a strong resonance that is fading a bit now as the solar wind begins to hitch a bit from that stability, and all before major instability is expected upon impact of the CME tonight or tomorrow. Given that this makes 2 M flares in just over 48 hours, let's check the sunspots again. Despite Earth facing quiet for about 2 years, we have seen week-long upticks every few months. Usually get an X flare out of it though. Spots are decaying, still got a little bit of juice. Got a couple new guys swinging in on the south as well. Now as the spots up north crest, they will encounter the Earth footprint, our magnetic connection to the sun firmly departing on the northern hemisphere. Just as one watch is ending, 3 to 5 significant quakes compared to 1 in the previous time period before it, based on whether you count those 2 downgraded quakes. We might need a minor watch before our next big one, with the energetic flux afoot and the umbral field teasing us with a glimpse of a tiny but centralized coronal hole. I'll leave you with the planets for the next month, derived from JPL and stellarium observation, followed by some shots of our star to close. Eyes open. No fear, it's 6:25 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's the news. Be safe, everyone.